Welcome and thank you for joining me. I'm Kevin and this is the Real Laptop Lifestyle. If you've been wondering about the laptop lifestyle and how perhaps you can even get started, become profitable using the laptop lifestyle techniques, generate greater happiness, more free time. Everyone needs more free time and of course more money and overall more life. I'm about to show you. So first of all, please excuse the rain if you can hear it. It's the start of autumn here in England, in the UK, and on the beach looking through the window here, there's big white waves coming in and it's blowing a hoolie. If you can hear it, please forgive me. I can't do much about it. If I wait for the weather to get right again, it could be spring before we get started. So where on earth do we start? A good place would be by asking you to just subscribe, click the subscribe button below this video because I've got lots of other videos planned and that will keep you notified so you won't miss anything. Where do we begin? Well, this is going to be different for everyone. So will the motivation and the trigger for you to get started. For some people, it might be money. For other people, it might be free time. For other people, it might be they don't have to commute. And for others, it might be that they can spend more time for the family. Now, there are no rights and wrongs here. It all starts with a decision. If you want a better lifestyle, a more profitable, a more comfortable lifestyle, make that decision and then we can start making things happen. So why the laptop lifestyle? There are no big financial commitments. I was just speaking to a friend before I started recording this video, and he's got 2 or 3 restaurants now. Yes, it's his 3rd one. And do you know what he's paid for the 3rd one? It's cost him, just to get it set up before he even starts making a profit, £160,000. Really. And with the laptop lifestyle, there are no big commitments at all. You've probably got all you need already and then a small investment after that. Now you can work from the comfort of your own home, as I am here. I'm sitting in my little crow's nest office overlooking the beach, and you can find somewhere to work or work wherever you want to. You can get started very part-time. Now a lot of people are very worried and say, well, I need a consistency of income in my job. Totally understand that. So with the laptop lifestyle, you can get started part-time. As long as you're consistent, you'll get it started. You can grow it from that point forward. As soon as money starts coming into your bank account and replacing your income, then you can start giving it more effort, and eventually it'll take over from your job income, and then you can start really making it grow. Then it goes exponential. I think the big thing is that you can make this lifestyle fit you and what you want to do. I mean, how do you want to live? Do you want to spend more time with your kids? Do you want to work from home? Do you want to work from another country? You can make this fit you exactly. And no previous experience is needed. Now, it's helpful if you have it, but if you don't worry. You can learn everything as we go along. And it's not difficult. Seriously, it's not difficult. You've got 2 choices here. You can say either it's difficult or it's fun. Now, it does require effort, especially when you get started. You've got to give it that consistency and effort, and you will make a few mistakes and failures. It happens to all of us, okay? You can make your laptop lifestyle fit you better than a made-to-measure glove, and that's really tight. It'll be one of the best things that you've ever done, and it'll be a happiest journey of your life, and the financial rewards are quite amazing. What exactly is the laptop lifestyle? Well, I think the simple explanation is to say it's the opportunity to create the lifestyle of your dreams, the one you'd always dreamt about. No bosses, no commuting, enough money to buy what you want and spend time with your family. You can begin a home-based business with real financial potential. I know people who've, a lot of people in fact, who've got to a couple of thousand a month quite quickly, and by the end of the year, they're earning 100,000 income, gross income. A few years later, they've gone to a 7-figure income. You can take this as big as you want. Now, as the name suggests, a laptop lifestyle suggests that it's portable. It will provide you with the freedom to work when and where you wish. Now, you can see 2 pictures here. This is where I'm sitting in front of this computer right now. This is my little laptop, desktop setup here in the UK. I've got the same in the Philippines as well. There's my laptop that goes everywhere with me. There's the beach out here. So I sit here when the weather's raining, like today, when it's not too good, and making videos. It's hard to make videos on a laptop, so I tend to come here. But on other times, I'll go and work in my car, or I take a notebook and I'll go and work in town. I love people watching. I go to a cafe and I find it very inspirational. And this was yesterday. You see, here in the UK at this time of year, it can be beautiful 1 minute and horrible the next. Um, so I'll sometimes get out in my car and do a couple of hours work. It saves getting that sort of cabin fever. I've got so many beauty spots around here. I'm really blessed to be able to do this. And I'm usually finished by about 11 o'clock or lunchtime. You see, I start early. In the summer, I'm up at 4 o'clock. I'm up with the light. But this time of year, I'm probably up around about 7:30. And I'm usually finished by about 11 or lunchtime at the latest. So that's the laptop lifestyle. How do you get started? I put 4 steps together. So let's hit step 1, your starting point. Now, your starting point is really simple. It's knowing what you want to do. I've just realized you can tell it's really dark and dull here when I can see the reflection of the screen in my glasses. What do you want to do? Right now, you probably have no idea at all. If you've come along and somebody's mentioned the laptop lifestyle, or it sort of sounds attractive, there's lots of opportunity, but literally there are thousands of different ways which you can generate an income. I'm going to show you a few of them as we go forward, but you need to know what it is you want to do before we get started. That's your starting point. Now, please listen carefully. How you're going to achieve it comes later. That doesn't matter at all. All you need to know now is what you want to do. It's not a race, so enjoy the journey, because it is a really beautiful journey. Start researching. Google is a really good place. Joining Facebook groups is a really good place. Join my profit generating email list. I'll show you how you can do this in a while. If you do that, I'm going to keep you well supplied with ideas, with possibilities that you'll want to go and research. That's a great idea. You're going to find other ideas will provoke ideas and thoughts and perhaps solutions. Now, this is something you really want to listen to twice. Record everything. Use a tool like Evernote, but write all your ideas down, your thoughts, your ideas and solutions. They came to you for a reason and they're valuable. They might just be starts of ideas and they'll develop, okay? Now, you only need one idea to make a fortune. You're going to get thousands and they'll come into your head. And when you start thinking and being productive and creative, they'll come into your head and quite quickly they'll be replaced by another and another and another. What a lost opportunity. Sometimes they'll not come back to you. So get used to writing them down, or as I do, I'm not able to find this now, but here it is. There we go. I carry little dictaphones with me. And if I have ideas, I can quickly spew them out onto this and then capture them later. These ideas are going to be really valuable. My ideas list, which I keep on Evernote, I have a look at them a few times every week, sometimes every morning, and some of the ideas in there are absolutely golden. They're gems, okay? Now, I want to give you a little analogy. There's only one way to get a plane off the ground. I became a pilot years and years and years ago. And it's no good finding a runway and having the wind behind you, because your plane is going to take on the characteristics of a brick. No, you have to get to a nice long runway, get a bit of breeze in front of you so it helps you lift you up. Make sure there's nothing going to land on you. Have a look around, there's nothing behind, or speak to air traffic control. And when you go, there's only one way of getting the air, and that's by giving it full throttle. And the plane will start off slowly and pick up speed and pick up more speed. And suddenly you'll notice the wings go very positive. They lift up because they've now got pressure underneath them. And your yoke or your stick will suddenly become very light. There it is. And that means you've reached V1. That means that you've now reached the speed to take off. And when you do that, you can pull back and the plane will gently climb into the sky and carry on climbing into the sky if you don't stop it till it reaches its potential maximum height. However, when you reach the height you're happy at, if it's a light aircraft, perhaps 2,000 or 3,000 feet, if it's a commercial aircraft, 20 or 30,000 feet, then you can throttle back. With a light aircraft, one I had particularly, you used to be able to throttle back not to a third but a half, and you're not going to go down, you're going to stay up there. And it's a great analogy, because starting a business is like that. The hardest part is always at the beginning. You've got to give it full throttle, do everything you can to make it happen. Anything less, well, it's not going to cut it, I'm afraid. So give it full throttle, get your business in the air, your laptop lifestyle, know what it is you want to achieve. Remember, it all starts with knowledge. That's step one. You can't hit a target you can't see. If you don't know where you're going, any road will get you there. So step two is about goals and objectives. You start learning, and as you start, your knowledge starts growing, you get ideas, and you think, oh, actually, I'd like to do that. Don't just think about it, write it down. So when you get ideas of what you want to do, write them down. In fact, I suggest you sit down right after watching this video and write out all your goals and objectives. Now, it usually starts off with, I want to make £1 million or $1 million. I don't know why. And then they get more refined as you go on and as your knowledge grows. But don't just think them, ink them. You know, the bluntest pencil is sharper than the most brilliant mind. Seriously, we might have supercomputer brains, and I absolutely believe we do. But if you're using the, I've got hiccups again, I'm sorry. If you're using the computer analogy, we're low on RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. So if you start doing 2 or 3 things on a computer with low RAM, it'll close down or go very slow. And we're the same, okay? Write those things down. Personally, I find it hard to walk and whistle without falling over. So I have to stay very focused. And write your goals out first of all in bullet points, and then start to refine them. Write them as long as you want, write them the way which suits you. But the more definition you can put into them, the more defined and tasty and juicy you can make them, the more likely you are to actually achieve them. Those people that have well-defined goals, written goals, well, they're the biggest achievers in life. And please don't just take my word for this. You know some really big achievers. I promise you, just you ask them. They have written goals. Now, they might not be written goals in a sentence like this. Everyone has their, in a page like this with bullet points. Everybody writes their goals down in a different sort of way. But everybody I know who's achieved anything, they have well-defined written goals, and you should also, okay? As you're writing your goals down, prioritize them. Bring the most important right to the top. Now, as your knowledge grows, that list might change again. Number 4 might become number 1, because your knowledge will change your understanding of the situation. So keep them prioritized. And here's the most important part: read them every day. So why do you do this? Well, I would suggest at the very least you read them every morning and every night before you go to bed. First thing every morning, first thing every night. Why do you do that? Well, it puts them right at the forefront of your mind. And what you think about most, you move towards. You probably heard you said you move towards what you think about most. So this is keeping this at the forefront of your mind. I would suggest if you can read them more, do so by keeping them on Evernote. You can get them on your laptop computer, on your tablet, on your smartphone, and you can read them and go through them regularly. You need to keep them here, especially your most important one is one at the top of your list. Goals are the first step in creating plans, because you'll get to a point where they'll grow and grow and grow and grow and grow until you have to take action with them. You've got to do something with them. And then you start breathing life into it. So your plans then become, well, your route map to success. They're your treasure maps. Okay. So read your goals every day, work on them, make them a priority. Step number 3, avoid self-sabotage. Shooting yourself in the foot, falling on your own spear. You've heard all of these analogies. But guess what? If you try and work out what you're going to do and how you can do it at the same time, that is self-sabotaging yourself. Some people, I've already said, you know, they find it hard to walk and whistle without falling over. That's me, by the way. But some people, you know, they have steam coming out their ears when they start thinking what they want to do and how they're going to do it. So forget the how. Okay, forget the how, concentrate on the what. Only when you're absolutely certain what it is you want to do, then you can start thinking how to achieve it. Now's the time to take action. Now, this is very simple. It's a very simple equation. If you give little action you'll get small and dreary results. Give big actions, you'll get big and worthwhile results. Okay, so my attitude and my suggestion to you is think big and move quickly. You'll make mistakes, but don't worry about that. You can always change direction, but not when you're standing still. Do something every day. When you've got your direction, when you know what you want to achieve, work every day. I work 7 days a week, basically because I love what I do. I don't do many hours a day, but I do something every day. And that way I build and keep momentum. And that's one of the most important aspects of success. Do something every day. Consistency is the essential element. And as I've already said, it develops momentum. A body in motion stays in motion until it's acted on by an outside force. So you need to get that forward motion. Have you ever tried pushing a car? You know, you start off and you might just be a little person and the car's almost impossible to get going. But if you do get it going and it starts rolling, you give it some more effort and suddenly it's going at quite a pace and you're just using one hand to push it along now. That's momentum in action. Okay, step 4. This is so important, it should be burnt into your soul in letters of fire. It's about self-belief. Now, this is the most important, this is the most important success advice you'll ever hear. And it's really mentioned because people don't understand it. It's usually ignored completely. Now, Henry Ford, the great car giant, once said, whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you will be right. It's all about belief. You choose what you want to believe. Okay. Now, you really do need to believe that you're going to be successful. If you've ever wondered why the failure rate in life, generally almost anything, is so great, this is because people go, yeah, I'll do that, or they're told to do that, they want to do that, and they probably don't really 100% believe it, but they hope. They hope they'll achieve it. You know, he did the same thing, but they didn't realize he was successful because he had belief in himself. And they go through all the actions and wonder why they fail. And this is because they don't believe. Most people don't believe, and that's why they fail. Hope is a terrible strategy which will lead you to disappointment every single time. So you have to build self-belief, levels of self-belief as much as possible until you believe you can't fail. Do this and you'll always be successful. So how are you going to do that? Well, I'm going to give you one technique right now. I'll probably make a video on it a bit later on. And it's called affirmations. Now, it sounds a bit religious. I promise you it isn't, but it's as it sounds. An affirmation is you affirming to yourself that you can achieve something. So your affirmation, you can say in the privacy of your own mind and no one else is going to hear it. And it's how you say it. It might be just a simple sentence such as, I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be successful. And you say over and over again, but say it as if you really mean it. I'm going to be successful. Say it with a smile on your face. In fact, it's making me feel great just doing this right now. I'm going to be successful. Personally, I use a variety of affirmations all moving in the same direction. I'm going to be successful. I can't fail. I'm going to be so successful. It's going to be so much fun. I'm going to be such a big success. And I keep saying these things to myself in my mind. You can say them out loud if you want. I used to do that, but my family already think I'm balmy. So I've been told to say them in the privacy of my mind. By the way, years and years ago, I was going to a meeting, a sales meeting. I was after a really big contract and I had a few miles to go in the car. So I start winding myself up and I'm saying my affirmations out loud. Now, these are the days before mobile phones. And I suddenly find myself in the traffic jam and I'm sitting there going, yeah, we're going to do this. I'm going to get this sale. It's going to be really good. And I looked to the left and I see there's a whole car full of people staring at me. And I looked to the right and there's some others looking at me as well. This guy speaking to himself and the windows were open. It was a nice, warm sort of summer's day. They all thought I was totally mad. But guess what? I got that big sale because I just believed I was going to get it. That's how important belief is, self-belief. So start saying affirmations, use them. Work your own out, say them regularly. You can say them thousands of times a day. You can never say too many. No one died of saying too many affirmations. And you suddenly start to feel you can do it and feel you can do it. And when you feel 101% certain, then you're ready to go. Okay, those were just a few ideas how to get started, where to begin. There'll be loads more videos like this coming along. So let me just reiterate. Everything you do in a laptop lifestyle, like a job, will require effort. It will require a lot of initial effort. There are no free meals. Please avoid get rich quick schemes. Now, you might not know what they are, but sometimes people are going to come along with something which literally seems too good to be true. So the simple rule of thumb here is, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. You know, when it comes around to weight loss, people like the idea of going to bed tonight fat, taking a tablet, waking up slim. They'd like the same thing with a business. It's not going to happen, okay? The only way that's going to happen is if you win the lottery, and the chances of that are about as remote as being struck by lightning, okay? Please avoid the shiny new object syndrome. Now, you probably played at this a few times already. Most people have. I know I have. It's jumping from idea to idea to idea to idea. Or try this. Oh, that didn't work. Let's try this. It's not a very good idea. Most things will work if you find one person who's making it work. Guess what? It will work. You just have to work out how to do it. So you need to work out what it is you've got to do and give it 101. Work out what you want to do, should I say. Give up, then give it 101% effort and the chance to succeed. Work at it, work at it, work at it until you get there. Don't jump onto the next shiny new object. It's okay to adapt and improve as you go along, but don't stop that momentum, because every time you jump onto a new shiny new object, you break your momentum. You want to get that ball rolling, that snowball going down the hill, and keep it rolling, okay? Begin and conclude every day by reading your goals. I can't reiterate how important this is. This, of course, means you must have goals, so you've got to sit down and write them down. Make this a priority. Written goals and objectives, pack them with as much detail and emotion as possible. If they make you feel good, they're doing the trick, okay? Because that will make you move towards achieving your goal. That's what will drive you every day to get up and do some more towards it. Keep your objectives prioritized. Remember, they will change as you go forward. Stay firmly focused on your most important objective. Learn as much as you can. No one ever died of an overdose of knowledge. You can never learn too much. Now, this is a very, very simple recipe. The more you learn, the more you're going to earn. Let me say it again. The more you learn, the more you're going to earn. The two are synonymous. So never miss the opportunity to expand your knowledge. I read a little bit every day. I read books, I read reports, I read blog posts, I read all kinds of things. I watch videos like this one, because everything is going to add to your knowledge. Do that. Put a bit of time each day for learning something new. Mistakes. Some people get really bothered about mistakes. Really upsets them. Oh, I'm a failure. No, you're not. Make a mistake. Having failures doesn't mean that you're not moving forward. It just means you've learned how not to do something. You will experience quite a few negative learning curves, and hopefully you'll learn from them. Sometimes we have to make those mistakes more than once before we do learn from them. Mistakes and failures are just a part of success and growing, okay? So embrace them for what they are. They're a learning curve. Always be positive. Avoid negative people like the plague, because they're going to make your directions, your goals, objectives, and aspirations, they're going to make them evaporate quicker than water in a hot desert. So avoid this sort of people. Always be positive. Always be optimistic. Always think optimistically. Speak optimistically. Believe you'll be successful. Remember, belief. And you're going to be 90% of the way to your success. Okay? So be positive always. Already mentioned it. Write it down or record it. Get an idea write it down straight away. Sitting next to me here, I have my notebooks. I have others I take out with me, and I carry little dictaphones with me. And I come back to my Evernote notebooks and I write them down. These are my ideas because I have some gems of ideas, or I have ideas already, and a thought comes to me how to improve them. And they only come to you once sometimes. So you've got to record it. These are valuable. My ideas, my thoughts, my notebooks are my most valuable of assets. So capture your thoughts and ideas and possibility as quick as possible. By the way, I always keep this by the side of my bed because I find ideas come to me in the night. They wake me up and go, I have one of those aha moments. And sometimes when I get one idea, I have an absolute avalanche of other ideas following them. So always be prepared. Okay, I've put a little guy in a judo suit here, wearing a black belt. No, it's a karate suit, isn't it? Listen, the only way that you're going to get to being a black belt is by being consistent and doing something every day. Constant actions. So be consistent, build that momentum. Okay? Please remember, this is a lifestyle career. Now, I can't state this enough. This is so important. It must be fun. You must have fun. I hope it shows that I'm having fun. I really love what I do. I like people who like me. If they don't, that's their problem. I have fun. I have the best lifestyle in the world. I've been doing this for years and years and years. And every morning I can't get out of my bed quick enough. And I always have a smile on my face. And I'm probably the most positive person you'll ever meet. Why? Because I live a Rolls Royce of a lifestyle. I have a blessed lifestyle, and you can have the same, but you must enjoy it. And that's the really big point of the laptop lifestyle. You can make it fun and you'll have freedom. If you don't enjoy it, don't do it. There's a few things I hate doing. I hate doing receipts. I've got a whole pile in front of me right now, or under my keyboard. They'll go off to the, I'll make a couple of quick notes on them. They'll go off to my bookkeeper. I don't do anything I don't enjoy. Okay, finally, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a button right below this video. Please click it and a little bell next to it. I'll keep you up to date with all of the new videos that I bring out. I know I'm a bit crazy, but there's some really good videos, some really good content. This stuff works, okay? If you have any questions or comments, however strange, there's only one stupid question, and that's the one that you failed to ask. Please write them out below this. Is a place for it. Write out a comment or a question in the comments below this video. I will answer them for you, okay? Also, did you enjoy this video? I hope so. I haven't made one like this using the pictures and the mind map before. So if you enjoyed it, I'd really like to know. And you can tell me that by clicking this blue thumbs up button. So if you can give me a thumb up, a blue thumbs up, I'd be very, very grateful. Finally, I said I had a gift for you. I have a bonus. Here it is. As this is how to get started with a laptop lifestyle, a while back I wrote a book. I might turn this into a bookshelf book a bit later on. I might turn this into a Kindle book. Right now it's in PDF format. It's not the greatest book in the world. I shouldn't be talking negatively. What I mean by that is I've got some more work to go and do to it. I'll probably do that while I'm on the plane this next week. And then I might make it a Kindle book. But right now it's a good read. It'll give you all the ideas. It's just got a few rough edges. But the most important bit is it's got 46 tried, tested, proven work from home profit generating strategies in there, and additional information. 12 residual online income formulas. This is yours for nothing. All you have to do is go to the link directly below this video where it says claim your book. Click the link and just subscribe, and I will send this directly through to you. And I'll keep you updated at the same time with lots of ideas, thoughts, inspirations, and you'll find it useful to get your own laptop lifestyle started. I'm Kevin. Thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to speaking with you either in my email or in the next video. So have fun and let me know how you get on. Have a good one. Bye bye now.